In this video, I'm going to explain what are extendable arrays, and I'm also going to show you how to implement them. So as you may know, an array has a fixed size by default. What that means is once you create an array, let's say it's size 3, it's going to be size 3 forever, and you cannot change them. The solution is to create an extendable array. So an extendable array will automatically grow when they run out of space. Let's say you want to insert D at index 1. What should happen is this. So the array is going to grow in size, and it's going to put D at index 1. Just something to note is that in our implementation, we will not allow inserting null values. And now I'm going to explain step by step on how to grow this array. But before we do that, you need to understand what is the difference between size and capacity. So in this array, the size is 4 because it has 4 elements, A, D, B, and C. But the capacity is 6 because in total it has 6 slots. Something important to remember is that the last element is always at index size -1. So here is our last element, and you can use this formula. Size is 4, -1 is 3, giving us the index or the location of our last element. Now, let's go through step by step on how the extendable array grows by itself. We want to insert D at index 1. Now, the array notices that it is full because the size is 3 and the capacity is also 3. So when the size is equal to the capacity, this means the array is full. What it's going to do is create a new array. So it's going to create a new array, and it's going to double the length. So now it has length 6. And the next step is just copy the content from our array into the new array. What's going to happen next is we point our array to our new array, like this. Notice that this array right here has no variable attached to it, so it is not being referenced anymore. And in Java, or the language that we will write our implementation in, the old array is no longer referenced, so the garbage collector will automatically get rid of it. So we point the array to this one, so this becomes our array. And now the last steps are pretty straightforward. We want to put D at index 1, so we shift the letters over. So we shift C over to the right, we shift B over to the right, and now we have an empty slot, and we just put D at index 1, like this. Let's summarize our steps for insertion. If the array is full, or if the size is equal to capacity, then we're going to double the capacity, and that's what we're doing right here. And once we have our new array, we just copy the content from the old array to the new array. And the next step is we set our array to the new array, or point the array to the new array. And the last part is shifting the elements over so we can make our insertion. So that's what we're doing right here. We're shifting the elements to the right, and then we're putting that element into the specified index. So inserting an element into an extendable array is all of n, and the space is also all of n because you have to create that extra array. And now I'm going to explain the next part, which is how can we delete something from an extendable array. Let's say we want to delete the element at index 1, so we want to delete B. All we have to do is shift the elements after index 1 to the left. So for example, we have C, right? We shift it to the left, and that will overwrite B. And now we do the same for D. We put it to the left, and now as you can see, B is gone from the array. So this is optional, but it is recommended that you shrink your array when there are too many unused space. If you don't do this, you can have thousands of unused spaces because you keep expanding the array. And if you have many such arrays, then it's going to be a waste of system resources. So I'm going to show you how to shrink an extendable array. We're going to delete the element at index 1 again. So here we're going to remove C. And all we need to do is shift D over. As you can see, C is gone. And now the size is 2 because there are 2 elements, and the capacity is 6. We shrink the array when the size is smaller than capacity divided by 2. So the size is 2 and capacity divided by 2 is 3. And this is the expected result. So how can we achieve this result? How can we shrink this array? Let me take you through step by step. It's very similar to last time. You create a new array with half the capacity, right? So the capacity up here is 6. Now we have 3. And the next step is you copy over the content like this. And the next step is we point our array to the new array. Now the old array is no longer referenced. It's going to be put into the garbage collection. So that's basically it for deletion. Here is the pseudocode for deletion. First, we shift the elements to the left and overwrite that value, and that's basically this part. And if our size is smaller than capacity over 2, we're going to create a new array and string that capacity. And this condition here in the if statement is optional. This is just to prevent your capacity to be too small. Once we have our new array, go ahead and copy over the content from the old array and then point our array to the new array. So here is the code implementation for an extendable array. I'm going to put this code down in the comment section below. And a common question that I often get is, what exactly does this T do? The reason why I have this T is because the T represents a generic data type. What that means is you can store strings in the array or integers, or let's say cars if you have a custom object. Now, if you were to replace the T with, let's say, string, then it means the array can only contain string. And that's basically it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and share, and let me know if you have any questions down in the comments below.